Hello and welcome to Winning Post Asia. I'm Mandira Lalwani and today we're going to talk about the Jumbo Jet Trophy. Now this is a Group 3 race run over 1,400 meters, and before we go any further, here's a quick look at the history and the significance of this race. Initiated in the year 2000, the Jumbo Jet Trophy is the beginning of possibly the best 2 months in Singapore's racing calendar. Some of Singapore's best horses compete here, and it acts as a lead-up to races like the Kranji Mile, Raffles Cup and the Singapore Gold Cup. This is a Group 3 race run under the weight for 8 scale over a trip of 1,400 meters on the turf and is open to thoroughbreds 3 years and older. The race was earlier run over 1,800 meters until 2004, when it was reduced to its current trip of 1,400 meters. The first winner to stamp his name on this race was the Mighty Finn, trained by P. Busutin, ridden by D. Nikolic, who clocked a time of 1 minute 52.4 seconds.
Out in front from Veracity, racing through along the inside. At the 250 metres, the Mighty Finn's giving them a great sight. He's out by 5 lengths. Uzo's now starting to stretch out after him from Veracity. The Mighty Finn in front. Here comes the big Uzo. The Mighty Finn still with the advantage. Can Uzo do it? He's lunging. Has he timed it to perfection? No, the Mighty Finn.
The first winner over the 1,400 metre trip was Exaggerate from John Mar's yard, partnered by Jay Patton in the saddle.
The gap now, and 95 Emperor pressing forward. He's 2.5 lengths in front. Titan Smile, Exaggerate. Have a look at Titan Smile and Exaggerate. Titan Smile grabbed the lead. He's just in front. Exaggerate lunges, and he got there. He won the Jumbo Jet Trophy.
The duo of Laurie Laxton and Jay Saimi is the only one to have won this race 3 times in a row, first with Waikato in 2008 and 2009, making him the only horse to have won this race 2 years running, and then with Better Than Ever in 2010. Better Than Ever also incidentally holds the record for the fastest time in this race at 1 minute 21.56 seconds.
Ace and Aces led by a length. World Excellence pulling hard. Limbs Fighter third. Fantastic Owners has gone up on the outside to take the lead. Waikato's battling in third position. Fantastic Owners is in front now. Waikato's picking up the bit. Then Limbs Fighter. Waikato coming after Fantastic Owners. Sagittarius on the outside, but Waikato by a half. They're racing, and Limbs Prestige began very awkwardly. Ntini One must start. Gutsy Prince out wide is going forward with Super Gold. Waikato by a length. Any Humour in second place, and then Ntini, and the rest are struggling. Waikato on the rails. Any Humour on the outside. Waikato holding Any Humour. Waikato just in front, and he beat Any Humour by a head. Race number 10, Starter sends them away now on the Jumbo Jet Trophy. Excuse my French, went straight back to the tail. Better Than Ever came away quickly with Cheyenne Dancer and also Big Maverick. Waikato is trying to run on, but Better Than Ever's well clear. Better Than Ever, the 4-year-old. He's undefeated. He's a millionaire, and it's only the beginning. He wins his 10th straight win, Better Than Ever, by 4 lengths over Waikato in second, then Gozi.
Michael Friedman has won this race in the past 2 years with Super Easy, ridden by Joe Moreira in 2012, and Mr. Big in 2013, partnered by Corey Brown.
Across, they were followed by Redbeard, Waikato, Fighter Jet. Captain Obvious in front, Super Easy wearing him down on the outside. Super Easy, Captain Obvious lefts. Super Easy with a real fight. Super Easy puts his nose in front. He is a genuine star. Super Easy wins it a long neck on Captain Obvious. Racing in the Jumbo Jet, away quickly running tall, and also Mr. Big commenced well today. Flying Fulton on the inside being pushed along, and Natural Nice is going to be handy with Arowana.com. Mr. Big's got another gear at the 220, got away from City Lad. What now emerges, comes after Mr. Big. Mr. Big's got 3 lengths. What now charges into second, but Mr. Big is back and he bolts in. Mr. Big takes the Jumbo Jet by 3. Second What Now maybe just ahead of Nandara, who pelted home.
There are 14 runners in the fray for the Jumbo Jet Trophy 2014, including the much fancied Laurie Laxton pair. Let's have a look at all of them in detail in our digital race card. The Jumbo Jet Trophy this year saw 14 thoroughbreds enter the parade ring for the contest to be run over 1,400 meters on the turf. Leading the pack was Flax, saddled by David Hill, partnered by Evaldo Santana. He was followed by Cash Luck from David Cox Yard, ridden by John Powell. Next up was the Steve Burridge trained Wild Geese with apprentice jockey Harry Carson on his back. followed by Sunny O's runner Step It Up, who had David Flores on his back. The Michael Friedman trained Mr. Big came next, with Manuel Nunes partnering him. Born to Fly from Stephen Gray's yard was next, with Nuresh Jaglal on board, followed by the Desmond Coe trained City Lad, ridden by apprentice jockey Rehaizat. Up next were the two Bruce Marsh runners Supernova, with Danny Beasley holding his reins, and Knight's Command with the apprentice jockey Zuriman in the saddle. The pair were followed by the Sam Chua trained Nandara with S. John on his back. The David Cock trained Peaceful Warrior came next with Mark Yu on his back, followed by Laurie Laxon's runners Goodman and Daniel, ridden by Corey Brown and I. Saifuddin respectively. Last of all was the Hideo Takaoka trained Gold Rotile with Alan Munro on board.
They're off in the Chairman's Trophy and Matthew Talon stood there. Missed it about 6 or 7 lengths.
Goodman, Wild Geese, Step It Up, Born to Fly, Cash Luck, Supernova, City Lad and Gold Rotile had faced off the last time in the Group 2 Chairman's Trophy on the 27th of July over 1,800 metres on the turf. Goodman had reigned supreme on that occasion, with the rest following behind him at 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th and 9th respectively.
He got the better of Cash Luck. Wild Geese Step It Up are finishing strongly. Goodman is the leader. Out wide, Wild Geese Step It Up come home strongly. Born to Fly towards the inside, but Goodman in front. Wild Geese coming at him late, but Goodman.
All of the runners had raced at equal weights, carrying 58 kilos each on that occasion, and would so this time around as well, except for Goodman and Gold Rotile. Goodman had carried 56.5 then and would now carry 57.5, holding the advantage once again. Gold Rotile, being the only mare in the contest, would receive an allowance of 1.5 kilos and would carry 56.5 kilos this time as well.
He's had to freshen up since his last start, and he's worked nice and bright. He had a trial back and he had a nice gallop the other morning. Goes in the race fresh, and look, it's a very competitive race, very even sort of field, and drawn barrier 3, he'll probably get back a little bit, but if he has a bit of luck in the run, I'm sure he'll run a really good honest race like he usually does.
Supernova's been up a long time and we're just freshening him for this race. He's been racing over distance, but I'm pretty happy with his work. He's worked nice and he's very still bright, so you know, coming back to 1400, it's sort of like his pet distance really, and I think he'll be very competitive. Oh well, it's a strong race, so there's many chances, yeah. Step It Up's a great horse, and Daniel's a very good horse too, you know. So both Laxon's horses are very good.
The horse is doing excellent. He's fresh. I think he likes to be fresh. The only thing is the distance, 1400. It's probably too short for him. He's running against good horses again today. Good Man and White Geese. I mean, they beat him last time, but he's fresh. So I got confidence that he do well. He will do well this time. You know what? It seems like it's going to be a good pace in this race. So I might be a little bit off of the pace. So hopefully my horse make a good run today.
Oh, he's great. You know, like he's always good, isn't he? He always tries hard and he's always thereabouts. But probably the weight for age 1400 doesn't suit on the better track. But he'll be running home strong, so he's definitely a good place chance. Well, it's weight for age is different, isn't it? So it's even. I think the bottom weights, those younger horses are going to be hard to bowl. But you know, for my horse, I just know some good racing coming up, have a bit more ground, so it's a good stepping stone. But yeah, so we might pick up some place money, might even win it. You never know.
She's doing well after the last run. It's Chairman Trophy. It's the time is a little bit far distance for her. Come back 14. Maybe the suit for her is doing well. It's hopefully the place or something. Yeah.
Working well. They are doing well. Just a distance, a bit sharp for Cash Luck. So hope for the best for the horse.
Daniel and Mr. Big had met the last time out in the Korea Racing Authority Trophy Kranji Stakes A over 1,200 meters on the turf on the 27th of July, where Daniel had emerged victorious and Mr. Big had run behind him at third. Daniel was carrying 53.5 kilos in that contest and would this time have to produce better form with the additional 4 kilos on him. Mr. Big would also receive an additional 1.5 kilos, and the added trip meant He would have to put everything in to be able to reverse the form on Daniel.
From a long break on the comeback trail is going to settle down in last position. So it's Captain Obvious who went through. And Mr. Biggie goes for home here. No scenario. And Captain Obvious is gone. He may have bled there. And Clever Man and also Daniel are running on well down the outside. He's cruising Daniel now. It's Mr. Big joined by Daniel. Then Indicio. Further back Clever Man and Sichuan Ruler. But it's easy work for Daniel. And he's going on his way here. It's a big win for Daniel, who's going to steamroll them. Away he goes. Well done to Saifood.
Peaceful Warrior and Knights Command were back in the ring after their last meeting in the Group 3 Woodlands Handicap over 1,200 meters on Poly track on the 8th of August, where the two would be tested over the additional trip and a different surface and would also be carrying an additional 7 and 6 kilos respectively.
Man's going to be ridden up towards the front, and Indicio just off them with Raise No Doubt, who began sharply with the blinkers on. And well back Knights Command. Into the stretch they come. Raise No Doubt, the leader. Headed off Easy Man. Hooker Falls begins to run on Indicio. And Bayan down the outside runs on strongly with Hypernova and El Padrino coming into it. Hooker Falls at the 120 strode up the front. Indicio now. El Padrino begins to swoop home out of the middle. El Padrino raced up. Hypernova flies home, but El Padrino's going to come on for a good win. El Padrino.
Well, it's only his second up. He's going to improve with the race, but he wants more distance. But there's a nice fitting race to get him over more distance.
Peaceful Warrior, I think the field is too strong, so you will try see the luck. I think the Lexan horses pretty good to win the races. Yeah, the race, the good man, I mean.
Nandara was coming into the contest on the back of a third-place finish in the Group 3 Causeway Classic Stakes over 1,800 meters on Poly track on the 15th of August. He was receiving 4.5 kilos this time out, but could hope to find his way to the winner's circle because of the shorter trip.
Nandara is going to be ridden forward fairly aggressively in the early stages. Nandara claimed by Goliath. They go to the 300. Goliath went to the lead over Nandara. Rafika. One Ra runs on strongly. Dujardin down the outside. It's Goliath the leader. One Ra trying to peg him back. Dujardin out deeper. Goliath just in front. One Ra's coming with big bounds down the outside. Goliath and One Ra. One Ra the outside for Matt Culley. Poked his nose in front of One Ra. Drew away to win the...
He's fine, he's good, doing well, but I think the distance a bit short for him. Yeah, he need more ground. I think the good man and Step It Up will be the two good shot there.
Flax was coming into the contest on the back of a third-place finish in the recast 2004 Stakes, Kranji Stakes A, over 1,400 meters on the turf on the 3rd of March. Coming back into the fray after a 6-month layoff, his trainer would be eager to see him find his form once again.
Drifting back in the field, and Gold Run's going to burn up in the club colours. Gold Run the leader over Sir Loves a Lot. Redbeard runs on. Trudeau trying to finish on well. Hot Gold looking for a way through, and Flax is down the outside. It's Sir Loves a Lot going up on the outside with Gold Run. Hot Gold, Trudeau runs on strongly. Flax down the outside. Trudeau, Hot Gold. Hot Gold gets the run through late, pokes his nose in front, and Hot Gold tips out Trudeau.
I think the horse is okay because I never worked the horse, but I think it's okay. It's a nice horse, and I see how I just race for luck, hope for a nice trip. I think it's a very close field, there are 6 horses, around 6 or 7 horses with good chance to win the race. I think it will be very hard for everybody, I think.
And a really competitive Jumbo Jet Trophy, a Group 3 race that's possibly a lot stronger than just a Group 3 race. And the trophies behind me are what all these runners will be vying for. Let's take a look at the field first and foremost on form. You've got some really top horses in this field. You've got Step It Up, who was a champion 3-year-old just over a year ago. He's back here, stepping down to 1,400 meters. He may find it sharp. Wild Geese is another one who's in top form right now, but he's another one stepping down, another one I believe who might find it extremely sharp. Flax running after a bit of a layoff, but he's a horse with so much ability that you can never really write him off. Cash Luck, another big run last time behind Goodman, but he will have to find a little bit, according to me, to reverse that form. And speaking of Goodman, I think the L'Oreal Accent horses are the ones who hold the form in this race, both Goodman and Daniel. Goodman has won his last 3, and his form before that behind War Affair is suggestive enough to believe that he is the horse that they're all going to have to beat. Let's talk about how they looked in the parade ring. And for me, the two that stood out in the parade ring were the two Laxton horses, Goodman, number 1, and Daniel, number 2. And a grade normally doesn't catch your eye in the parade ring. And Laurie Laxton seems to hold all the cards in this race, according to me, as tough as it is. Well, the horses are on their way to the start. They will be loaded shortly. We'll come back with that race in just a moment, but we will take a short break before that.
Thank you for staying with us here on Winning Post Asia. Now, champion trainer Laurie Laxton has 2 runners in this race, Goodman and Daniel. Both these horses have run behind the champion War Affair, but how good are they and how would one pick between the two? We don't know, so we asked Laurie Laxton. 2 of the favourites going into the Jumbo Jet Trophy were Daniel and Goodman, both trained by Laurie Laxton. Both the horses have brought success to the trainer and there is very little between them.
Yeah, not much between them. There's very little between those horses. They're both very good. And I think without War Affair in the race, I think they're both good chances.
Daniel was coming into the race with 2 consecutive wins in the Korea Racing Authority Trophy on the 27th of July and the 3-year-old Open Stakes race on the 8th of June. Before that, he came a close second to champion horse War Affair in the Singapore Guineas 2014. Goodman is another very talented horse from Laurie Laxton's yard. He was coming into the race with 3 back-to-back wins in the Chairman's Trophy, a Class 2 race on the 13th of July, and a 3-year-old Open race on the 15th of June.
No, they're both very good temperament. You know, like I think that temperament horses reflects on their trainer, and my temperament's okay. Yeah, they're working well. I see in one of the race books they picked to run first and second, and they've both got good barrier draws. I think they'll be right in it.
Both the horses have demonstrated great character on and off the field, and with War Affair not being in the race, most of the bets were between these 2. One of the most consistent gallopers belongs to the renowned surgeon Dr. K.C. Tan and is trained by Steve Burridge. His name is Wild Geese, and what is he all about? Well, we found out. Wild Geese from Steve Burridge's stable has been performing consistently in his past couple of races. Wild Geese has always shown great temperament back in the yard and is considered to be a pleasure to train.
He's just a great horse to train, you know. He's very laid back in his stable and great eater, you know, and just a happy horse all round. And he's just a pleasure to train, you know.
Coming into this race, the horse consecutively placed second to Goodman in the Chairman's Trophy and gold retired in the Kranji Stakes A race. According to Steve Burridge, the horse was looking fresh and was ready to take on Goodman, who won their previous battle as well as the other contenders.
Yeah, no, he always gives his best, and you know he probably prefers a bit longer distance. But being fresh, drawing a reasonable barrier, that he, you know, if he has a bit of luck in the run, I'm sure he'll get home, you know, really strong in the last 200 metres, and that's the only time he'll ever probably look like winning it is the last 200. So hopefully he can.
Wild Geese has always been a fighter on the track and will be looking to reach his extremities, especially in the couple of 100 metres. Time now to put an end to all the speculation. All the 14 runners are in the starting gates. Let's get over to the commentator for the call.
Feature race of the afternoon, the Jumbo Jet Trophy. There's Step It Up moving up towards the barriers. Daniel's a little bit stirred up behind the gates, but he's moving up towards the barriers. Quite overcast conditions now. Now Daniel goes into the inside. Flax comes along. Wild Geese about to move up. Goodman the favourite, Gates are back, racing in the Jumbo Jet. Away well is Wild Geese and also Goodman, and Mr. Big's going to be ridden up on the speed. Supernova coming across, Born to Fly, City Ladder next. City Lad's going to go forward. Next Nandara, followed by Daniel down on the rails from Goldroo Taylor, making up some ground. Peaceful Warrior going up very deep now, followed by Cash Luck, Step It Up. Well, he's got across the fence, but he's got a lot of horses in front of him, followed by Knight's Command, and Flax has gone back to the rear. Mr. Big went went to the lead and tried to drop anchor here, and it's becoming a little muddling as they come down the side. It's Mr. Big, the leader, Supernova in second, working around the outside, Peaceful Warrior. Wild Geese down on the fence ahead of Goodman, very handy to them, followed by City Lad. Then came Born to Fly, Daniel locked away over on the fence, Nandara out deeper, then Cash Luck, Gold Rutal. Step It Up's going to be ridden for luck over on the fence. They were followed by Flax, and next of all is Knights Command as they come to the top of the straight. Out of the middle of the track, Peaceful Warrior's gone up to Mr. Big. Between horses there is Supernova. Wild Geese needs a run. Goodman coming on. Daniel's held up in behind them. Step It Up over towards the inside. 200 metres to go. Supernova, Mr. Big. Daniel out in the middle now. Sprints home quickly. And Flax begins to fly. Daniel went to the lead. Flax down the outside coming at him. Daniel, Flax goes to him. Oh, the little fella might have got there. It's tight. Flax out wide or Daniel. Close up behind them. Wild Geese in a photo with Knights Command, Gold Rutal and Supernova.
He had a suspensory problem since the middle of last year, and we've been patching him up. Luckily, he's not a very heavy horse, so it's quite easy to patch him up, but it recurred again after his last run, and we just give him a time off, but luckily he's a very easy horse to train. Cranji Mile, and then he goes on to the Raffles, and that'll be it. It makes me feel good because I didn't think he could really win this. I thought he was 10 kilos up, and I thought he probably just needed the run.
Little horse, old horse, 8 years old. And I just can say well done for the Mr. Dave, good job, because he did a nice job, and I just did my job, and I have luck. they was quick after the start, and I just keep back behind the midfield, and I was coming very confident because my horse was coming easy. Then I thought when I go outside, I go home.
A fantastic finish and a surprise result. We'll be back with the analysis when we return, so stay with us. Welcome back to Winning Post Asia. Now, Flax is perhaps one of the most unique horses in Singapore and also one of the most talented in Singapore. But what has it taken for him to win this race? Mohit Alvani analyzes.
Well, a tremendous result there for Flax. A bit of a muddling race because out of the gates they went a bit quick, and then they just seemed to come back towards the back runners. Now, the horses that have actually come out and done really well are the horses that have sat a little off the pace. Daniel, for one, he was in about 5th. You had Step It Up back on the rails in the back, and then you also had the eventual winner, Flax, who came quietly from the back as well. Tremendous performance there from Flax. As you can see up the straight, he just starts to pick them up. It's Daniel who makes the first move. Goodman looks like he's traveled a bit keen and needs to be allowed, according to me, to run just a bit more free. He wasn't happy having to settle behind horses, and he faded away really quick. Daniel was the one who kicked, and for a moment looked like he had it. The horse that I thought was a bit unlucky was Step It Up, because he started making his move on the rail, and as he started to come through, he just got checked and was out of the race. But in the meantime, it was Flax who was doing all the galloping and running at them and managed to get up by a short head. Tremendous performance there. Flax will go on to bigger and better things. Lot of ability, and it's always a pleasure to see him win. The presentation's about to happen, so let's head straight over there.
Now I'd like to invite Mr. Jeffrey Chan to present the prizes for the Jumbo Jet Trophy of 2014. And this brilliant little horse, Flax, first up from a break, raced by Newbury Racing, and representing Newbury Racing here today, please make welcome Chan Mei Lin. Sure, Dennis and Gail Evans proud as punch of their little warrior Flax, an 8-year-old now, and he takes out the Jumbo Jet Trophy. So well done to Newbury Racing, tasting success yet again with this marvellous little horse Flax. The winning trainer is David Hill. Well done to David. Enjoying a terrific run. Well done to all connected with the horse, Samantha Hill as well. And well done to David, the winning trainer of Flax, taking out the Jumbo Jet Trophy, and the winning jockey, Evaldo Santana. First ride on the horse for Evaldo Santana, and Flax has taken out this Group 3, so well done, coming from back near the tail of proceedings to score. So victory there for Evaldo Santana, the jockey, David Hill, the trainer, and Newbury Racing with this marvellous little horse Flax, first up for 161 days, and he takes out the Jumbo Jet Trophy.
And with that, it's a wrap for this show, Winning Post Asia. As always, we're going to leave you with the special moments from throughout the day, and until we see you next time, may the horse be with you. Goodbye.